Hey, so I'm cleaning up the underside of this 1985 535 to put on new insulation padding. And what I'm finding works pretty well is just honestly just water to clean up a lot of the grime. Like here's the before, how nasty that is everywhere. You can get it pretty clean with just water, and then on the edges here, and then inside here where the insulation was, I found what works pretty good is this turtle wax label and sticker remover. You spray it on, let it sit for a few minutes, and then scrape it off with either like a plastic putty knife, or I've got a trim tool. Just like that, and it takes several layers. I bet I sprayed probably 15 layers, spray, scrape, spray, scrape over that. Of course, it's probably an hour, and it becomes pretty clean. Getting down to where literally it's like some of the, when they sprayed it from the factory, it's like the original primer black metal is under here. And so it was starting to scrape off that overspray right in the middle here where they didn't shoot it real good. So I stopped there, figured that's clean enough. And the new pads have self-adhesive backing on them, so they'll just stick on here. Did have some paint coming off here on this support brace right here. Let me touch that up. But this stuff's really brittle. It just, for mine, just the initial padding just comes off like this. Pretty much like that. And you're left with this glue that you've got to get off, and that's where the sticker and label remover works. I've heard 3M works really good too. I did try the Goo Gone, didn't do as well. So I'm sticking with the turtle wax brand stuff for now. Anyway, I'll keep going and show you the more finished product here in a minute. It's actually kind of satisfying doing this. It comes off in big sheets like that. Also, the new padding has I already destroyed this, sorry. There's a hole in the padding right here, the insulation, that's to go over the coolant filler. The 528s have that on the other side, I think. So if you get a insulation pad that's made for a 535, it'll have it over here. So that's coming out better than the other side did. What a mess. There's that. It took a minute or two to get the first layer off. Stuff is crazy though. It's just my kids got a kick out of that. That was just crunches. Once you get that, yeah, we spray this. Of course, a breeze had to come in through the garage right when I started doing that. It's about right. I'll give it just a second here. This stuff does kind of gather and start running down, so I tend to try to wipe it up off the bottom so it doesn't get into crevices a lot. Not sure if it would really do any harm, but I don't want to end up stripping the paint internally or something. Anyway, we'll give that a couple of minutes and show you what it looks like when we scrape it off. For that to soak in, here's what the new insulation pad looks like with the adhesive backing. Go out there, it's gonna look really nice. Looking forward to having that on there. So the bottle says to wait 1 minute. I noticed if you wait longer, it does a little better job. It kind of works in more. It's only been probably a minute or maybe 2. But you'll see here, start scraping this off. See how it leaves a trail. Comes off pretty good. So I'm gonna leave a little bit longer and it'll work even more, and then that means less arm work getting it off. Been sitting for probably 5 minutes, and now you can see how much better it does. Anyway, so that's about what the first coat will do. And then after I get that all scraped off one layer, we'll spray it again and just repeat till we get down to where it's looking like that. All right, so we've let the second layer of spray soak in, and it's really starting to come off here. Get down to the paint. See that? I forgot to mention a key thing to do to make this a lot easier is to put on some 80s rock, like Tears for Fears. Get you in the era and makes it more fun, which I don't have going right now because I'm recording with my phone with one hand. So this is a budget video, guys. Keep that in mind. Just sharing what works here. It's hard to do with one hand, honestly. But get the idea. Keep going. All right, so this is the third layer of spray that I'm scraping off right here, and look, we're down to the paint already up here. Pretty awesome. Anyway, so on we go. The stuff in the middle here, just like on this side, the darker stuff takes a lot more layers. That's why it takes, probably 10, 15 total to get all that stuff off. But the surrounding areas come off pretty easy. Just a few layers of spray. It's like a raw pumpkin is what this stuff looks like. And hey, it's fall, so it's fitting. I'm just glad to have some cooler weather to work on this and not be 90+ degrees and humid. So some of the stuff around the edges I was saying earlier, comes off with just water. So as I'm waiting for the spray, the adhesive remover to work, let's work on some of the stuff up here. So how it comes clean pretty easily. Try not to let a lot of water run inside the holes either, just so it's not trapped in the hood. Don't need any more rust than I already have here and there. So. And then what doesn't come off with just water, that's where I'm using just a general cleaner, paint safe cleaner on those sections. These little grooves right here around the edges. Makes it look nice when everything's clean as it can be. I'm gonna use some touch-up paint later and touch up the areas where the paint's just gone. Anyway, you start to see it's coming clean a little bit. Okay, so this is about 2 hours worth of work. Got all the glue and crud off of there and cleaned up around the perimeter, even cleaned inside some of these holes here, which are really hard to get in there to do them well. Anyway, turned out pretty good. Now we're gonna put the insulation pads on. So the way I'm doing this, it works pretty well, is you peel back. First of all, set it up here, get an idea of where it's going to line up, how it fits in the inset. Then peel up a corner, about that much of it, and line it up and push on just that area that you can see is aligned really well. Okay, keep it in mind, it's keeping it in line all the way down here too. Stick that on. Now you can reach under here, under the backing, and pull down the rest of it and then place it on there like that. I can't do it with one hand because I'm holding the camera, but you get the idea. And just push it really firmly throughout. Man, that looks a lot better. All right, it's finished after a little over 2 hours of work. Well worth it. Everything came together really nicely. I'd say a couple of tips on the edges of these metal braces here, where they meet up to the flat portions. Go easy on those, or else the paint can come off those edges. It's not a real big deal. It's just primer underneath, and these pads cover it pretty good anyway. But just FYI there. And also, when you're done with the whatever you use for getting rid of the adhesive, go over it with some kind of cleaner at the end, so it's nice and clean for these pads to stick to. I did these by myself, the outer ones. My wife helped me with the middle one here. We got it positioned pretty good, and then peeled this, started peeling the backing off the top part, and then stuck it, and then went from underneath and pulled the rest of it off and just laid it down smoothly, and it really wasn't bad at all. So anyway, sure, makes it look better. Now I got to work on the lower part of the engine here. By the way, the whole air cleaner's off over here. I'm redoing some parts of that need to be redone and replaced. Things like these little bumpers here that had eroded away, but it's pretty filthy in here. Got a lot of cleaning to do, but that's the fun part. So, all right, that's it. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks.